So, you missed the reassembly video. I put everything back together. It should work. I haven't actually started the engine yet. We'll find out what happens there. This next bit is actually going to be dewinterizing the engine. So I've got my plastic cover here, and of course, you know, my main water pump hose goes somewhere, and there's a bunch of other hoses I've got loosened, and a bunch of drain plugs and things like that to put in so that, you know, when water flows through the engine, it doesn't all leak out everywhere. I have a rather unique problem this year in that normally, you can see this big piece here, this flange, usually gets pressed into a water cooler tunnel. When I went to take this little guy out, the whole thing came with it. So I should have gotten this piece, and instead I got both pieces, which leaves me with a bit of a conundrum. That to say, my best solution at this time is probably one of these guys. So this is kind of a compression type fitting, so as you close it shut, it takes up a little bit, and hopefully that will be just enough to keep this thing from springing a massive leak somewhere. Time to tell whether or not that's temperature sensitive or not. So, that's my problem. We still have our hole, obviously, and we have our mating surface. I do not have a means of epoxying the snot out of this, so I think what I'm going to do is goop it up quite a bit, pop it in there, give it a few taps to get it in there, and then I'm going to go around it with a hose clamp on a diagonal to just hold it in together. That should at least keep it from leaking going forward. There is a lower drain further down the line, so I should be able to remove that going forward instead of this guy, which snapped off last year. Okay, through the magic of television, we put it all back together. You can kind of see my band-aid here. Managed to get that in without getting it to fall off. Everything's back in place, tightened up, oil coolers are good. I got this motor mount finally. I also put in my drain block plug right here, as well as a lower cooler plug way down there. I got these plugs here and back here. I've got Get this hose back on. Gotta get this hose back on. Tight motor mount, put in a block plug, put in a cooler drain plug, and this engine will be good to go.